originally started through the United Nations Population Fund in 2001. YPR has now 40 member Arab countries in the network. YPR Egypt is among the first countries to launch the YPR. This was in 2005. Now YPR Egypt works in more than 18 governments and includes more than 30 NGOs. The main concept of YPR is to build a network of NGOs working in peer education, especially those focusing on sexual and reproductive health and HIV/AIDS prevention and awareness, of course, among young people. And the network provides technical support in form of training, manuals, toolkits, and follow-up visits to the member organizations. And we're very delighted to have members of YPR. We have Dr. Khedr, a member of YPR, of course, the Ahliya Focal Point, and Dr. Yasser, member of YPR Egypt, who is peer educator. And we're very delighted to have you. Good evening, gentlemen. Well, first of all, I'd like to ask you about YPR Egypt in general before we start talking about the Ahliya branch. So, who would like to start? Mr. Mohamed, would you start?
YPR Egypt is a part of the global network of the international network YPR. It's work mainly by gathering the different organizations in Egypt. And it is a network, not an organization by itself. So this is the main target for YPR, is gathering organizations and let them help each other and work with each other for better society, for better target. It's work in Egypt mainly two main campaigns with different topics each year. The first one is women empowerment, and the second one is 10 days of activities in December. Women empowerment this year, topic is violence against women and female genital mutilation and volunteerism. And 10 days of activities, HIV and teenagers' health.
Right, of course. Dr. Yasser, tell us, you have been a member of YPR, but there was a link somehow. We were talking off air before we start off the segment, and we talked about the participation of the United Nations Population Fund and those activities. How did that happen, and why did you choose very critical causes or issues, which are very important, by the way, in Egypt, excuse me, like FGM, for example, like HIV awareness, and those are also very sensitive issues that you would find difficulty when you're trying to raise awareness in Egypt. If you would like to elaborate.
Okay, first, this I will begin deep south are responsible. In the normally peaceful Israeli town of Hulahin, tourists were treated by rescue workers as forensic teams picked through the weather, with police scrambling to reassure visitors the situation was under control. No one has claimed responsibility for the 11 bombings, and the seemingly coordinated attack across 5 provinces does not match common patterns of violence in the turbulent nation. Britain and Australia reacted by advising their nationals to avoid public places. That's all for the top stories. Stay tuned for more coming up from Nile TV International.
Also very sensitive issues that you would find difficulty when you're trying to raise awareness in Egypt. If you would like to elaborate.
Okay, first, this I will begin, as you told, FGM or HIV are very sensitive. So we have to put a light on these topics. As you see, many organizations in Egypt working on different health issues, but not focusing on these issues. So
So it's beginning with awareness, and we see we have a lot of peers which who is very initiative to work in such projects like FGM, HIV, and they suffer from this, except especially in the country. The Khedr is the most government which have problems in FGM issues especially. So here we begin to focus on FGM and HIV or sexual problems. We begin with awareness. We have we want to gather different organizations, okay, and giving training to different members in HIV and FGM, first to educate them. So they must have a full message, and they will pass it to the audience. They will talk about. So beginning with learning and focusing on the peers, then the peers will pass the message to the people in their countries and in their village.
Now, are you divided it throughout the entire governorates, Egyptian governorates, or do you have certain areas where, like you're from the Khedr, for instance, now, or responsible for the Khedr governorate? So tell me about the division itself of YPR and how it works, and about the
YPR are now from 2005 are in mostly the governments in Egypt. I am talking now about the Khedr that is in the all governments
in the country. So would you tell me more about the Khedr branch?
The Khedr branch, I'm talking now about our initiative as a conference that's called Volunteering is Life, that gather different organizations in one place and has two main targets or objects. Make the different members of different organizations know the work and the fields work of the different organizations with other organizations, and make the non-volunteers know different organizations with different aspects or goals, and finally he took his choice and choose one organization that matches his goals or his life. This is the main objects of our conference, and I hope this conference will be in the held in the different other governments in Egypt.
Right. As we talk of volunteering as a main concept, do you think that volunteering is something that is already popular in Egypt? I mean, people like to volunteer, or is it only linked to some seasons, like in Ramadan, people volunteer and they forget. They volunteer for orphans, they volunteer for the poor, they volunteer for the sick people in hospitals, for causes, but they don't have the culture of volunteering. So what do you think?
First, I think the volunteering spirit is already in Egypt. We show different charities, we show different organizations, we work in the charity way, but this begin. If you see that most people do volunteering, especially in Ramadan.
You mean in a professional way, they don't have it?
No, they don't have a professional way, but they have a spirit. As you see someone, his car broken in the road, and people will gather to push the car. This is a volunteering. He volunteers his time or his effort to help others. This is the main concept of volunteering. But what happens in Ramadan, that people think that volunteering is only blood donation or donate money, but no. Because people, if they didn't have the money or didn't have the ability to make any efforts, they had the ability to volunteer his time or his effort by passing awareness to others. This is I think this most easy and simple and most effective way to pass volunteering spirit from one to another. I think it's more common in Egypt.
Well, what's the most challenging issues you faced while you're spreading the word and you're trying to raise the public awareness about the issues you're dealing with?
The most important thing I want to focus about is the media coverage. We are focusing about different things in Egypt that happen, and it isn't our issue now. We want to focus by our effort. like volunteers and media coverage. In the same way, we are talking about one topic to eliminate something like HGM, something like sexually transmitted diseases, something like HPV, hepatitis B or C. We are talking in the same topic, in the same way, gathering together, in the same topic, in the same way, gathering together. That makes us reach our target in a very rapid way. That's the main difficulty. I want to talk about redistribution of our resources. We spend our money in different things, and we need in the same way we need money for something like brochures or flyers or something can change the life of a woman that know how to self-examine her breast, something like that. We want to redistribute our resources.
Right. You raised a very important point, Dr. Mohamed Khedr. Let me go to Dr. Ahmed Yasser and you as a peer educator. Probably you have that job of telling people not to do this, what Dr. Khedr is really upset about. And it also upsets everybody when we just volunteer and we spend a lot of money on changing, for example, air conditions or the carpets or building a mosque. That's good. But it's better that you could volunteer the money, you could donate the money for something that is much better, for flyers, for utilities, for methods or means to be able to educate people in the governorates and the informal settlements and the poor people. Many things. We could be much better off than buying a carpet or something. So what do you do as a peer educator? Do you try to instruct the volunteers to do so?
Okay, first,
and what's your job?
First, I'm a peer educator, so I'm a trainer. We begin with gathering different people from organizations, especially youth. I am peer educator. Peer is like your friend. Doesn't matter being your age.
People of your age.
It doesn't matter. We can have people in different ages. We don't have an university age, but we gather people and we will have a discussion. And as I send message to him, like not in working, I'm not in speaking, but in activities, and we use statics to try to spread the awareness in easy way and to convince the peers to work in our projects like FGM, like AIDS. So the main problem, I think, that's our thinking. Some years didn't catch the idea of volunteering, so he didn't I will do something, but I need something I take. So we have to reach that concept of you in volunteering, you give without take. This is our main idea about volunteering we work on. So if peers or if especially youth take this on their mind, they will go on in this way.
Now, also Mr. Mohamed, I'd like to know more about your job description as well. Your part in YPR Dakhahliya.
I am YPR Dakhahliya local point. My main issue is to facilitate the work of YPR Egypt in our governorate. The main issue is the main issue of YPR or YPR Egypt is gathering the different organization, non-profit organization that work in the volunteering work or charity work or anything for the main target, capacity building and our campaigns, and to make them help each other to work with each other outside YPR in their work according to their different goals and targets. So I make it is something difficult to have a meeting with each organization and tell and tell them we have YPeer. It is a network that gathering different organizations with its aspects or objectives, something like that. We gathering them. We gathered already them in the conference that we have 11 different organizations in the same place.
Right, on that note, we'd end it here with you, Dr. Ahmed Yasser, member YPeer Egypt, and Dr. Mohamed Khedr, member YPeer Egypt. Also, thank you very much, gentlemen. Wish you the best of luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And now we're going to go and take you to go see the Arab Media Festival, and we'll come back to you, so stay with us.